Hi, good day everyone. So, dear students, here's our video discussion for the topic Fundamental Principle of Counting. Again, here's our objectives. In this lesson, you will be able to illustrate and apply the fundamental principle of counting. Right, so for our first activity, so this is entitled as the outcomes, our task is to determine the possible outcomes if, number one, if we toss a coin, number two, if we rolled a six-sided die, 3. If we toss 3 set of coins. And number 4. If we roll 2 set of 6-sided dice. Right. So let's answer this given set of problems. Number 1. If we toss a coin, again, since we are dealing with a single set of coin, um, we have this two possible outcome if we toss a single coin. That is either a head or a tail. Right? So, possible sila mag-appear. Pwedeng head lang. Pwede rin naman lumabas yung tail. Pero never naging sabay if nag-toss tayo ng isang pirasong coin. Right? Now, if you're asked to count the number of possible outcomes, automatically, the answer is 2. Okay? So, we have this head and a tail lang. Right? So, that is our question number 1. Next, for number 2, so if we roll a six-sided die, again, if we're asked to determine the possible outcome or outcomes, so since yung dice or die is six-sided and automatically for the possible outcome, possible lumabas yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright? So that is our possible outcomes. So possible lumabas yung 1, pwedeng 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. But never na magiging dalawa or tatlo na sabay yung possible na lumabas na outcome. Okay? Kasi we're dealing with this single six-sided die. Okay? Next. Now, if we toss 3 set of coins, this time, since hindi lang isang coin yung tinotoss natin, so let's imagine na 3 set of coins yung itotoss natin. Right? So to list down all of the possible outcomes, okay, para ma-avoid natin yung error. Kasi possible na gawin natin dito is to think what are the possible outcomes. Okay? Possible, for example, let's say I will toss 3 set of coins, possible na lumabas yung 3 set of heads. Okay? Possible na lahat ng coins ko ay mag-appear ng head lahat. Okay? Pero, possible din na maging head, head, and tail. Alright? Now, if you're asked to determine all of the possible, pag lahat yung pinag-uusapan, we need to use a tree diagram. Alright? So, this tool will help us to determine the sample space or set of all possible outcomes sa isang event. Okay? So, let's use tree diagram. Now, paano natin gagawan to ng tree diagram? So, our first question is, how many set of coins and what are the possible outcomes per coin? Right? So, for this problem, we have 3 set of coins. Therefore, we will create a 3 set of sequence. And then, the outcomes per coin, we have head and tail. Right? Therefore, for our tree diagram, our first outcomes, we have this head and a tail, right? If we have this single set of coin. Okay? So for our second coin, individually, just construct some branches, okay? And then, ilalagay lang natin yung sumunod na possible outcomes ng ating second coin, which is another head and tail individually per outcomes. Okay? And then for our third coin, just continue the sequence individually per outcomes. Lalagyan natin yung possible outcome nung pangatlong coin natin, which is another head and tail. Right? So that is our tree diagram. Now, paano natin ililista yung ating pinaka outcomes? Okay? So gagawin natin from our first outcome, which is head, right? And then i-continue natin yung line from head. I-continue natin yung sequence dito, another head, and then i-continue na ulit natin para makuha natin yung first set of combinations natin, which is 3 set of heads. Right? And then do the same thing sa mga sumunod pang mga letters. Okay? So let's proceed. So we have this another head, tapos pupunta naman tayo sa second set of letter niya, which is tail. Okay? And then from head, we have tail and another head. And then yung last natin sa first outcome natin is head, tail, and another tail. And then just list down all of the combinations na meron tayo. Okay, so we have this first four set of outcomes. And then for the tail, again, we have this tail, pupunta sa head, and then continue lang natin up to our third outcome, which is another head. And then do the same thing sa rest ng ating mga outcomes or combinations na meron tayo dito. And then just list down. Therefore, we have this set of possible outcomes if we toss 3 set of coins. Now, if you're asked to count the number of possible outcomes kapag nag-toss tayo ng 3 set of coins, the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just count it. Okay, since our topic is principle of counting, that is our task. So we have this 8 possible outcomes if we toss 3 set of coins. So 8 means we have 8 possible combinations of head and tail. Alright? So let's proceed. Now, this time, if we are asked to roll 2 6-sided dice, okay? So what will be the possible combination? So let's say nag-roll tayo ng dice, yes, pwede tayo makakuha ng 1 up to 6 kapag isa lang. Pero kapag dalawa, isasama na rin natin yung combinations nung mga dots na pwedeng lumabas. Okay? So for example, let's imagine nag-roll ako ng die, pwedeng lumabas na dalawang single dot. Okay? Dalawang 1. Pwede rin naman na 1 dot and 2 dots. Okay? And then the rest will follow. So if we want to construct or provide the possible outcomes for this given problem, so we will do the same thing lang. Right? Our first task is to write, okay, all of our first outcome. So yun ay 1 to 6. And then individually, since gusto natin siguro gumamit ng tree diagram, individually, ilalagay natin yung outcomes nung pangalawang dice natin sa mga naunang outcomes natin. In short, we have this given set of tree diagrams. Okay? So from this single dot, ilalagay ko yung ating 6 possible outcomes para sa ating second dice. Okay? And then the rest will follow. Now, nasan dito yung ating sample space? We have this possible combinations. Okay, we have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. We also have 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. And then the rest will follow. Now, if you want to count all of the possible outcomes here, ano yung pinaka-sample space natin? So the answer is 36. Okay? We have 6 outcomes here, another 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. So that is total of 36 outcomes. Alright? So that is our first set of examples. Now, as you observe, ito yung ginamit nating methods of counting. Actually, we have 3 methods of counting. That is, number 1, by listing. Okay? Number 2 is with the use of grid or table. And yung pinaka-useful sa lahat is tree diagram. Alright? So, if you want to list down, for example, medyo maiksi lang yung problem. Let's say, tossing a coin, automatically possible mo na ilista na lang yung mga possible outcomes. Just list down head or a tail. Alright? So, if you want to use a table, let's say you're asked to determine the combinations of coin and, let's say, a die. Right? Pagsabay natin ni-roll yung mga yon, so pwede tayong gumamit ng table wherein we will use let's say x and y axis, something like that, na magkakaroon tayo ng intersection or combinations ng mga x and y values natin. And then yung third natin is through diagram, which is yung ginamit natin sa mga previous examples natin. So ito yung actually yung pinaka-useful in terms of sample space. Now, ano nga bang ibig sabihin ngayon ng tinatawag nating sample space? Ito siya. So, a sample space, so as you observe, palagi ko siya mini-mention sa problem natin, sa mga previous examples natin. Kasi sample space is the list of all possible outcomes. Again, it is the list of all. That means we have this complete set of possible outcomes. Okay? Kapag, for example, let's say, nag-roll tayo ng die, kapag let's say sinabi na natin 3 dots, okay, yung 3 dots na yun, hindi yung sample space. That is just an outcome. Alright? Again, kapag kinolect natin lahat ng possible outcomes na meron tayo, dun natin mabubuo yung term na sample space. Alright? For example, you want to list down all of the days in a week. So, kapag sinabi nating Monday, for example, pipick tayo ng day in a week, pag Monday, okay, individually, Monday, Tuesday, up to Sunday, that is outcome. Pero pag kinuha ko lahat, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay, that is our sample space. That is all possible outcomes. Alright? Now, for our example number 2, so let's use our previous concept na binigay kanina. So for example, we have this family, right? So let's use this example. Alright, so we have this family has 3 children. Now, let's draw a tree diagram to show the possible genders of the children. So I will replace the values of children here. So ginawa ko siyang 3. So previous example kanina sa previous slide we have 4. Pero this time, let's use 3 set of children. Now our task is to draw a tree diagram to show the possible combinations of gender. For example, may 3 kang anak or mayroong couple, may 3 silang anak. Ano yung possible combinations of gender? So again, pwede siyang maging 3 set of male, pwede siyang 2 set of male and a female, pwede siyang 2 set of female and a male. So, yun yung mga possible combinations natin. So, again, let's construct a tree diagram sa ating mismong problem. Since gender yung pinag-uusapan natin, we only have 2 set of gender. That is male or female or boy or girl. Alright? So, pag isa lang yung anak nila, so, pag isang anak, we have this male. It's either a male or a female. And then, kapag dalawa ni anak nila, okay? So, just continue, just construct some branches and then individually just list down the possible outcomes sa mga sumunod nating values. So, kung meron tayong isang anak, meron na silang it's either a male or female. Pag dalawa na, continue lang natin, another male and female individually. And then, since tatlo yung pinag-uusapan natin, i-continue ulit natin siya individually. Another male and female. Right? Now, since we have this tree diagram, so let's list down the possible outcomes. Okay? So again, simulan mo sa pinakauna, we have M, male, and male. Right? So we have 3 set of male. Next, we have another male again, male, male, and female. So we have M, M, and F. So just continue, we have M, F, and M. So we have M, F, and M. And then, yung last letter is M, F, and F. Right? So, we have M, F, and F. And then, do the same thing sa pangalawang outcomes natin. Okay? So, we have F. Pwede naman dito, panganay naman yung babae. And then, we have male and male. So, we have F, M, and M. We also have F, M, and F. Right? F, M, and F. Also have F, F, M. F, F, M. And then for our last combination, we have F, F, and F. Ito naman yung lahat sila ay babae. Right? So, this is our individual outcome. Okay? And then, pag kinuha natin lahat yan, that is called sa sample space. Now, let's count how many possible genders are there kapag meron tatlong magkakapatid or tatlong anak. Okay? So, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, we have 8 possible combinations of genders. Okay? So, if the question is, for example, a family has 4 children, just continue lang yung mismong ginagawa nating progression. Individually, dudugtungan mo lang sila ng another male and female. Okay? Pag 5, so yung possible outcomes mo na sumunod, i-continue mo lang siya. Okay? Depende pa rin yun sa problem natin. Since 3 lang yung anak dito, 3 set ang gagamitin natin. 1, 2, 3. Alright? If we have 4 set of children, just continue the progression. Meron ka lalabas na another set of outcomes dito. Okay? And then, pag ililista mo, same procedure lang naman siya. Alright, let's proceed. Now, so, this is our another set of example. So, let's assume na meron tayong ice cream parlor. Okay? So, I will read the problem. The Fear Ice Cream Parlor offers the following choices on the right for their snacks. Okay? We have this set of snacks, sandwich, and beverage or drinks. Suppose you choose a sandwich and a drink. Okay? So, pipili ka dito ng sandwich at isang drink. So, the question is, how many possible outcomes are there? What are the possible combinations of sandwich and beverages if you want to choose at least one? Okay? Each. Okay? Now, para makuha natin yung sagot, so our first task is to construct a tree diagram to show the possible outcomes. So for our sandwich, we have three set of flavors. We have hamburger, chicken, and egg. Okay? And then for our drink, we have two. We have coffee or juice. So possible, for example, we have, let's say we have this hamburger and a coffee. So iba naman, mas prefer nila yung chicken and coffee. Possible din na egg and juice. So we have this different set of combinations. So this time, with this tree diagram, kukuha natin yung lahat na possible combination na pwede nila may offer or possible mabili ng isang customer sa ice cream parlor na yun. So again, for our outcomes, so we have this set of outcomes. We have hamburger juice, hamburger and coffee, chicken juice, chicken and coffee, egg juice, and egg and coffee. Okay? So this is our sample space for this given problem. Okay, now the question is, how many possible outcomes? Ito yung tinatanong, ilan daw? So as you observe, the tree diagram has 3 branches. We have 3 branches and 2 twigs. Okay? Sa branches, nagkaroon pa ng isa pang sanga. Nagkaroon siya ng dalawa pang outcomes. Therefore, we will use this formula. We have 3 times 2. Alright? Therefore, the answer is 6. We have 6 possible outcomes, which is na-validate naman ng ating sample space. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sample space. So, therefore, the formula for this given problem is to simply multiply all of our events or possible outcomes. Okay, tingnan natin. So, here's our rule for the fundamental counting principle or fundamental principle of counting. If one thing can occur in n1 ways, and the second thing can occur in n sub 2 ways, and the third thing can occur in n sub 3 ways, and so on, okay, kahit for thing pa yan, up to let's say positive infinity, okay, then the sequence of this can occur in n, okay, the total number is equals to n sub 1 times n sub 2 times n sub 3 and so on and so forth. That is our formula. Alright? Basically, our task is to simply multiply, alright, the ways na yung isang bagay ay mangyayari. Alright? So, for example, by the way, here's our definition for the events. Actually, we have 2 set of events. Okay? So, let's say 2 events. Number 1 is 2 events, A and B, are independent events. Okay? That is independent when the occurrence of event A does not affect the occurrence of event B. Alright? If we encounter some problems wherein our first event is not affected sa occurrence ng second event natin, that is independent events. Alright? Independent can stand alone. Now, for our second event, 2 events A and B are dependent, okay? That is dependent when the occurrence of event A affects the occurrence of event B. Later, I will give some examples sa independent tsaka dependent. Okay? So, kapag affected naman yung occurrence ng event A sa pangalawang event natin, that is dependent event. Alright? So, this time, let's answer this set of applications or problems. Alright, so let's use the fundamental principle of counting to count the possible outcomes if 5 dice are rolled. Number 1 is 5 dice are rolled. Okay? So, if you want to count the numbers of outcomes, if we roll 5 set of dice, ang first question natin dito, per die, ilan yung possible outcomes? So, that is 6, right? We have 6. So, this is an example of independent event. Since hindi affected yung first event natin, pag niroll na yung first die mo, yung pangalawang die mo, 6 event pa rin yung lalabas. Hindi siya apektado. Yung pangatlong die mo, 6 pa rin yung lalabas. Same with our fourth die and fifth. Okay? Same sila. Hindi sila apektado sa isa't isa. So, this example number 1 is an example of independent event. Now, since we're asked to count the number of possible outcomes, so the formula is to simply multiply n sub 1 times n sub 2 times n sub 3 and so on and so forth. Therefore, we need to multiply the set of values 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 Okay, 5 times, or that is simply equals to 6 raised to 5. Okay, with use of your calculator, 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Alright, 6 times, that is equals to 46,656 combinations. Okay, so that is um our answer, 46,656. Alright, sorry, so wait, that is by 5 times, I'm sorry. So the answer is, alright, so I use 6 set of dice for that answer. So pag 5 set of die, so 5 lang pala yung question natin, therefore the answer is 7,000 lang, 7,776. Okay, so that is our answer. Pero kapag ginamit natin yung 6 set of die, and so on and so forth, pataas siya ng pataas. Alright, next. For item number 2, choosing a cell phone that comes in red, blue, or green, and that is 3G or 4G. Okay, this time, meron tayong dalawang case. Okay, for this cell phone. So, number 1 is in color ng cell phone natin. So, for the color of our cell phone, we have this 3 set of possible combinations. And sa kanyang type, we have this 3G or 4G, we have 2. Okay? So, just multiply those values. Therefore, meron tayo 6 possible combinations or outcomes for this given problem. Okay? So, we have 3 times 2. Next, for item number 3. So, again, pag meron tayong clock, let's say we have this clock come in 2 styles. That is, it's either a wall or desk. And then they come in 5 colors: white, black, red, blue, or orange. So, if that's the case, again, sa style, so style ng ating clock, we have 2. And then, sa color ng ating clock, we have 5. So, just multiply the set of values. Therefore, 2 times 5, that is equals to 10 possible outcomes. Okay, we have 10. So, it's either wall clock siya, tas kulay black. So, possible din maging desk. And then, color red. Okay, so we have this set of possible outcomes. Next, for item number 4, how many passwords are possible with 2 letters and 2 numbers, okay, with repetition and without repetition? So this is actually 2 set of problem. Now, for our last set of examples, again, number 1 is how many passwords are possible with 2 letters and 2 numbers with repetition. Now, if we are allowed to repeat this set of letters or and numbers, ito yung magiging solution natin. Okay, this time, by the way, ang problem natin is we're asked to determine the possible outcomes kapag nagko-construct ng password. Okay? Sabi dito, we will use 2 set of letters, okay, and we will use 2 set of numbers. Now, if that's the case, if repetitions are allowed, pag pumili tayo, I have here this table. For our letters, I have, our first letter is, pwede siya maging A to Z. Okay? And then, yung second letter natin, A to Z, din yung possible natin pagpilian. And then, for our number, we have this set of digits, that is 0 to 9. And our second number is 0 to 9, kasi 2 numbers yung pinag-uusapan natin. Now, what will be the possible solution? Okay? Since repetitions are allowed, okay, with repetition, sa number of choices natin, sa first letter, sa A to Z, pwede mo kunin lahat ng possible letters na yan. So the question is, how many letters are there sa ating alphabet? So since A to Z tayo, we have 26, right? Meron tayong 26 set of letters. Since repetitions are allowed, same lang ulit yung choices natin sa second nating event. Okay? 26 letters ulit yung pwede natin gamitin. Okay? Since the number, meron tayong 10 set of digits, I write 10 here. And repetitions are allowed, kaya pwede ko ulit piliin yung ibang numbers na napili ko na. So, 10 set of numbers pa din. Okay? Yung possible sa ating next event. So, after that, since our formula is to simply multiply the values, okay? So, i-multiply lang natin yung 26 times 26 times 10 and times 10. So, with this our power calculator, we have 26 times 26 times 10 and times another 10. So, the answer is 67,600 possible combinations ng letters and numbers with repetition. Okay, if repetitions are allowed. Alright? Next, what if repetitions are not allowed? Okay? So this type of example, by the way, is an example of independent event. Why independent? Kasi yung occurrence ng event A natin is not affected, okay, sa occurrence sa ating event B. Same with event C and D. Alright? So yung mga events na meron tayo, A, B, C, and D, hindi sila apektado sa isa't isa. Okay? Kaya we simply multiply, count the number of possible outcomes, and then multiply it sa mga susunod na event, and that's it. So ito yung ating answer. And then, next one, so the question is, how many passwords are possible with 2 letters and 2 numbers without repetition? Since repetitions are not allowed, so this is an example of dependent event. Why? As you observe your students, for example, if you want to construct a password with 2 letters and 2 numbers na walang repetition, ibig sabihin, sa first letter mo, yes, kung meron kang 26 set of digits, ibig sabihin, kung napili mo na yung A, let's say A, hindi mo na siya pwede isulat sa second letter mo. Okay, ibig sabihin, nabawasan yung ating second event ng isang letter. So, instead na i-write natin yung 26, dito, 25 na lang siya. Okay, it will give us 25. Okay, so that we need to subtract 1 kasi repetitions are not allowed. Alright? For example, sa first letter mo, you choose letter Z, automatically, for your second letter, i-restrict mo na yung letter Z. Ibig sabihin, all of the possible letters na lang is A to Y. So that is 25 set of letters. Okay? Same with our number. So for our first number, yes, all of our digits are allowed. And then, for example, pumili ka na ng isang number dito, since repetitions are not allowed, 9 na lang yung possible number natin for our second number. Okay? So, this is an example of dependent event. The occurrence of event A is affected ng ibang events natin. Alright? So, after that, just multiply the set of values. We have 26 times 25 times 10 times 9. Okay? With use of our calculator, 26 times 25 times 10 and times 9. So, the answer is 58,500. So, that is 58,500 possible combinations. And that is our answer. Alright? And that's all for today's session. So, thank you so much and God bless.